Zola, born with both male and female parts, is forced to navigate a world that doesn't understand her unique identity. As she struggles with societal rejection and isolation, she embarks on a journey to find acceptance, both within her village and herself. But just when she begins to embrace her true self, a life-changing decision looms, one that could either break her or help her unlock the power she has always had. Will Zola discover the strength to rise above the whispers and embrace the gift she's been given, or will she fall victim to the judgment of those around her? This is a story of courage, self-acceptance, and the power of knowing who you truly are. The story takes place in a small village in West Africa, called Kundu. The people live in close-knit communities, where traditions, family bonds, and cultural beliefs play an important role in daily life. The villagers wear traditional clothes made of colorful fabrics, and their homes are simple yet welcoming, often made from mud and thatch. The environment is rich with lush green forests, rivers, and open fields, and the sound of drums can be heard in the distance during celebrations. Main characters include Zola, a young girl born with both male and female private parts. She is brave, curious, and intelligent but faces confusion and challenges growing up. Alma, Zola's mother, who is kind-hearted and protective. She struggles with her daughter's unusual condition but is determined to help her. Tari, Zola's best friend, a boy from the village who is always there to support her. Olu, a wise elder in the village who shares deep knowledge of traditional beliefs and practices. Fola, Zola's uncle, who believes strongly in village customs and wants Zola to fit into society's norms. Zola is born with both male and female organs, and this causes confusion and fear in the village. Some people view her as special, while others see her as an oddity. As she grows older, she faces struggles with her identity, her place in the village, and how others perceive her. The story focuses on Zola's journey of self-discovery, acceptance, and finding love and respect within her community. In the heart of a small village named Kundu, there lived a young girl called Zola. She was unlike any other child in the village, born with something that no one could understand. Zola had both male and female private parts. This made her different from everyone else, and for as long as she could remember, she had been confused by the strange and secretive whispers she heard when people looked at her. From the moment she was born, her mother, Alma, had noticed the oddity. Alma, like any loving mother, wanted to protect her daughter and ensure she would grow up to be happy, but she struggled with the truth of Zola's condition. Every day, Alma wondered how to explain it to Zola, who was growing curious about her body and the world around her. Zola's father, Olamide, had died when she was just a baby, and Alma had raised her alone. But in the village, they weren't truly alone. There was always someone watching, always someone talking. The village elders believed that people like Zola were touched by the spirits, chosen for something special but also cursed with a heavy burden. Zola could never quite understand the tension around her. She played with the other children, running barefoot through the tall grass, swimming in the river, and helping her mother with chores. But there was always the quiet fear that hovered over her, like a dark cloud. Children in the village would ask questions she didn't have the answers to, and adults would stare in silence when they thought she wasn't looking. One day, while playing with Tari by the river, Zola asked him, "Tari, why do the villagers always look at me like I'm different?" Tari, who was Zola's closest friend, looked at her with kind eyes. "They don't understand you, Zola," Tari said softly. "But I do. You're my friend. You're just like me, but you are special." You have something inside of you that no one else does. Zola frowned, feeling even more confused. But I don't want to be special if it means everyone will stare at me, she whispered. Tari shook his head. Being special is a gift, Zola. You just have to find out what it means. Zola didn't feel like a gift. She felt broken and lost. The next day, after another difficult conversation with her mother, Zola sat on the edge of a small hill overlooking the village. She watched as people moved about, gathering for the village's weekly market. Women carried baskets of food on their heads, and men carried large bundles of firewood. Her mind wandered to the stories she had heard of the great warriors and wise healers in the village. She wanted to be like them. But how could someone who was so different ever be a warrior or a healer? Her thoughts were interrupted by the sound of someone approaching. It was Olu, the village elder. He was known for his wisdom and ability to see things others couldn't. Olu had been watching Zola closely, and when he stopped in front of her, he gave her a long, knowing look. "You are troubled, young one," Olu said, his voice deep and calm. Zola nodded, not knowing how to explain her confusion. "I don't understand why I am different," she said. "Why did I have to be born like this?" Olu smiled gently and sat beside her. "You are not the first to be born with both male and female parts, Zola. In our village, we believe such a person is a bridge between two worlds. You are both. You are neither. And yet, you are everything." Zola looked up at him, not fully understanding. "What does that mean?" "It means, child," Olu said, "that you have the power to understand both the male and female energies. But you must find your balance. The spirits have given you a gift, though it may be heavy at times." Zola still felt lost. How could she carry such a gift when it felt more like a curse? As Zola grew older, she became more aware of her uniqueness. The whispers around her grew louder, and the pressure from the villagers became stronger. Many believed that she was cursed, a being who didn't fully belong to either the world of men or women. But Zola no longer let their words define her. She had learned much from the elders, from Arma, and from Tari. Most of all, she had learned to accept herself. It wasn't an easy journey. There were days when Zola felt lonely, like she was drifting between two worlds with no place to call her own. Yet, there were also moments of clarity, moments when she realized that being different didn't mean she was broken. She was just as whole as anyone else, perhaps even more so because she understood both the male and female sides of the world. One afternoon, Zola decided to visit the village elders to seek guidance once more. She had grown tired of the whispers and the stares. She needed to know how to move forward, how to stand tall in a world that often judged her for being different. Olu, who had always shown kindness and wisdom, welcomed her with a smile. "Ah, Zola," he said warmly. "I knew you would come. What weighs on your heart, child?" Zola took a deep breath. "I am tired, Olu. Tired of feeling like I don't belong. The village doesn't understand me, and sometimes, I feel like I'm lost between two worlds. I don't know who I am meant to be." Olu nodded thoughtfully, his deep eyes filled with understanding. "Zola, you are not lost. You are walking a path that many cannot see. There is a strength in you that only a few can understand. Do not let their fears and doubts cloud your heart. The spirits gave you this gift, and you must embrace it fully, for it is a gift of balance, of unity." Zola's eyes filled with tears. "But how can I be strong when everyone around me doubts me?" Olu smiled gently and placed a hand on her shoulder. "Strength is not about fitting into the world. It is about being true to yourself, no matter how others see you. And remember, Child, that there are others like you, others who struggle with their place in this world. You are not alone. The world needs your light, Zola. Do not hide it. Zola stood up, feeling a sense of peace that she had never felt before. For the first time, she felt like she truly belonged, no longer in the shadows, but in the fullness of her being. She understood now that she didn't have to fit into anyone's idea of what she should be. She could define herself. Months passed, and Zola's newfound confidence began to radiate through the village. She took on the role of a healer's assistant, learning the ancient ways of her people from the elders. People no longer stared at her with fear or confusion. Instead, they began to respect her for her wisdom, her courage, and the kindness she showed to others. One evening, during a village festival, Zola stood on the steps of the community hut, watching the dancers and drummers celebrating in the night. The vibrant colors of the cloths, the rhythmic beats of the drums, and the joyful singing filled the air, and Zola felt a deep sense of belonging. The villagers no longer saw her as different. They saw her as a powerful part of their community. Tari, who had always been by her side, approached her with a warm smile. You did it, Zola. You found your place. Zola smiled, her heart light with happiness. I didn't just find my place, Tari. I made my place. I am both male and female, and yet I am neither. I am Zola, and that is enough. As the drums echoed through the village and the stars twinkled above, Zola danced with the crowd, her heart free. She was no longer burdened by the whispers or the doubts. She had found peace within herself. Zola had learned to accept herself as she was, embracing both the male and female sides of her identity. She had discovered her inner strength, not by changing who she was, but by being true to herself. As she looked out at the people around her, her family, her friends, and the villagers, she knew that she was not just a part of the world, she was an essential part of it. And in that moment, Zola understood the most important lesson of all, that being different didn't make her less, it made her unique, and that was her greatest gift. If you've enjoyed Zola's journey of self-discovery and acceptance, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. What did Zola's story mean to you? Do you have your own story of embracing who you truly are? We'd love to hear it. Remember, the world needs more kindness, understanding, and love. Let's spread positivity and support each other in embracing our unique qualities. Share this video with your friends and family to inspire others to walk their own path of self-acceptance. Until next time, stay true to yourself, and keep shining your light.